Hello, 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 good people. How y'all doing this afternoon? Y'all know what? I am really sick. I cannot believe that China is exposing all these luxury brands. All these brands are being exposed. Come find out, even Balenciaga, Louis Vuitton, oh my God, the list goes on. Prada, all this stuff, Jake markups, all this name brand stuff that you spend all your money for, you spend your hard-earned money for, Gucci, everybody, everything was being handcrafted in China. So a lot of times we think about the fact that once that tag says made in China, it's fake. China has been making these bags forever in a day. So many people have paid $400 and $500, $4,000 and $5,000, $400 for Gucci slides. 4 and 5. I always thought it was ridiculous. I always felt that there was something wrong with that situation. See, God don't leave us ignorant to Satan's devices. And this is what happens when you start chasing name brand things, and people have a tendency of being deceitful. Because I'm trying to tell you, when it comes down to money, people will lie, people will mistreat you, people will act like they don't know you. When it comes down to money, if you're not there watching that thing be made, and if you don't buy it straight from the manufacturer itself, that thing could come from anywhere. You got some people out here that can stitch some stuff up. I'm trying to tell you, I got some beautiful bags. I got some of them very same beautiful bags that I paid $500 and $600 and $1,000 and $2,000 for. Got them sitting in dust bags and dust covers on the shelf in my closet. But let me tell y'all something. I am sick to my stomach now. I am really sick. This is what we doing out here, China. This is what we doing. This is what we doing, all you name brand companies. Y'all out here having stuff cheaply made and taking people's money, stealing people's money, robbing people, scamming people. Really, truly, you don't know who to believe no more. You don't know. This is why we got to uplift, motivate, and inspire each other and come together as a community, teach ourselves and teach other people to be careful how you're spending your money. Be careful how you're spending your money. Be careful when you're chasing name brand things and you don't know exactly where these things come from. They're being manufactured in China. Ain't no different than a pocketbook you could have got from Walmart. Only thing is they get a better leather and they stitch it a lot different. These people have been taking people's money for years. There are so many people online right now that are having a fit because China is now exposing these things. They're exposing all these name brand companies about how they have been putting their stuff together for years. For years. Now they're saying the core of these companies like Gucci remain in Italy, but yet and still, there got a lot of stuff that's being handcrafted by China. Now you got people that have paid $400 and $500 and $600 for their dad slides or for their slides that they wear in the summertime. They out there flexing, but they out there flexing knockoff. They out there flexing stuff that they could have got off the streets of New York. They out there flexing stuff that's no better than the stuff that you would get at the flea market. But yet and still, because of the fact that they got it at the Gucci store, don't mean that Gucci themselves created it or handcrafted it. It was done, put together right there in China. The leather they're saying on the here comes from Italy. How deceitful, how deceitful, how deceitful. Oh my gosh, what a mess this is. What a mess this is. You think about all the people that have bought so many of these name brand items that now they don't even really want them. They don't even know if this stuff is real. They feel like they've been cheated. They feel like they've been lied to. They feel like they've been ran amok. They've been duped. And you can get some knockoffs that look just like the real thing. But who would have thought what they thought was the real thing was also one of them same knockoffs? Come on, somebody. Come on. They sitting up here playing with us. They playing in our face. They playing in our face. Because this is what we doing. All the money that we spend in these bags, all the money you spent on these slides, all the money you spent on a headband, a scarf, a Gucci scarf, $300 and $400. Come on, somebody. This is outrageous. But these are the things that we were wasting our money on. These are the things that we were spending our money on. It's just too much. But one thing, if it'll give anybody any consolation out there, I did find out that Chanel is exclusively made in Italy. I did not see where Chanel was made in China. So that one, if you got Chanel bags, you may got some real ones. You got some real honest bags there that were not handcrafted by China. Not Italy. Chanel bags were made in France. They were made in France and Italy too. But they were made in France, especially Chanel signature handbags are made in France. And one key production site being, that's somewhere else. I can't even pronounce it. Other products are shoes, small leather goods, and All this was made in France, Italy, Spain, and Europe countries. This is Chanel. Chanel is on the up and up, y'all. Chanel is on the up and up. But we got to look at Gucci. Gucci. Yes, Gucci is an Italy brand. Gucci is an Italy brand. All of their shirts are made in Italy, as the neck tag says. If you see a Gucci shirt that is made in China or anywhere else, it's not authentic. It's not authentic. That's what it's saying, y'all. That's what it's saying. Is Prada made in China or Italy? Prada. That's the next one up. Is Prada made in China or Italy? The Italian luxury fashion house does have 18 companies own factories in Italy, but it outsources a small percentage of its product to a facility in China. In addition, Prada has workshops in the UK, France, and Romania. Shop a diverse assortment of Prada apparel and accessories. So Prada does have some things that are made in China, but not all their stuff is made in China. But the thing about it is these things were left unsaid until now that there's a problem. When there's a problem, people will talk. People will tell on you. People will put your business in the street. People will expose you. This not only just happens with China and America. This happens with you, even you as your friends, even you as your family members, even you as your co-workers. When people have a problem with you, they will begin to expose you. So this situation coming out with China right now, it does not surprise me. It does not surprise me that now that people are feeling like they got a closet full of knockoffs. It does not surprise me that now that we're having this problem and now things are upside down. All the money, just think of all the thousands of dollars people have spent for signature items, or they want their name brand this and name brand that, and they're wrapped in Louis Vuitton, and they're wrapped up in Gucci, and they're wrapped up in Chanel, and they're wrapped up in Prada, and they're wrapped up in Marc Jacobs. All these name brands, and then all of a sudden, imagine you done spent all this money, and you done bought $300 or $400, $500, $600, $700 worth of slides. I mean, $500 and $600 per slide, and you got maybe 600 or 700 pair. And they were $600, $700 a pair. And you've been spent all this good money for all of that. And you done spent all this good money for your Louis Vuitton and your Chanel bags and all of this stuff just to find out they were made somewhere else. Well, it did say Chanel was exclusively made in France and Italy. So I think the Chanel bag is safe. But the rest of these bags, I'm trying to tell you. Some people have been ripped off. They have been ripped off. Because why? Why now? Why now would this be an exposure? Why now would it be exposed? Now, as this tariff war begins with Trump putting 145% tariffs on the Chinese manufactured goods, I got my notes right here. In 90 days, China retaliates and puts 125% tariffs on U.S. And now they're exposing the fact that these designer pocketbooks are being disposed because a lot of them were coming from China. A lot of them were sent here by transported in and out of the country by China, and we were purchasing these bags because they look good. We were purchasing these bags because we want people to think that we had some money. We were purchasing these bags because we thought we would look better and feel better if we had a designer bag. But now we realize that we had a designer dupe. We just had a bag. That was it. The bag that was handcrafted, bag that had the logo on it. But who knows if it was an authentic bag or not? Who knows if it was a real thing? So right now, why is China exposing the luxury business, designer business? Why are they disposing it right now? Right now, because there's a problem. If there was no problem, there would be no exposure. If there was no problem, you would still be buying them same bags, and you was paying top dollar, $4,000 and $5,000 for a Gucci bag, $4,000 or $5,000 for a Chanel bag. You would still be paying $600 and $700 for a Coach bag. You would never know that your bags are being. Now it's going to be a totally different thing. You never knew your bags were being made in China, but I think now it's going to be a totally different ball game because these bags are going to be harder to sell. People are going to be looking at them a lot harder now, and women ain't going to be so apt to say they want to take their $3,000 and $4,000 and go buy something they don't know is real. Unless you go to the factory itself now and get that bag, you don't know what you're getting. You don't know what you're getting. Even if you go to the store and get it. You go to the Louis Vuitton store and get that bag. That bag still could be made in China. Same way with Coach. Same way with Michael Kors, all the rest of these bags could be made right there in China. And the reason why you don't know the difference is because you really never had none. You never had none of the real ones when they was real. Because like I told y'all, the Coach bag, when the first Coach bag came out, the leather Coach, them was the iconic bags. Them bags was strong leather. Them bags stood by themselves. Them bags held their form. They just would be out there beautiful all by themselves. To this day, the older Coach bags still take the stage, as far as I'm concerned, 100%. They're searching them bags high and low. Why? Because those were your genuine. That's when truth was real. That's when they was telling the truth. Now all the rest of these bags is a lie. All the rest of these bags is just a lie. So now you got China exposing insane markups of the U.S. luxury goods, and the black internet loses it. The black internet loses it. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. All this stuff's on the black market. So if you got some of these goods in your closet and you done paid $500 for a pair of Gucci slides, and you done bought about 10, 11, 12 pair of them, now you realize you've been wearing knockoffs all along, humble yourself. Humble yourself, because when it comes to money, greed, and power, don't try to rebuy them unless you're going straight to the factory to get them. Because if you don't go straight to the factory, if you're not right there to get them slides when they're made, you ain't gonna know what you're getting. You better put some insurance on them. You got to put some insurance on them, because 9 times out of 10, this is just disgusting. It's really disgusting to know that people have put their hard-earned money out there for something that they thought was good, and now they realize that you just got dupes that was marked up. You just got knockoffs that was at a high price. You got scammed. Let's call a thing a thing. That's a scam. So, with that being said, I'm just sorry that y'all got caught out there like that. Any of y'all that did get caught out there like that, I'm very sorry. I see y'all snapping, and we uplift, motivate, and inspire. So we just want to pray that you get through this and that you don't allow yourself to be chasing these worldly goods, because when it comes to money, power, and greed, anything can happen. Be blessed.